Here we go. Okay, now we're recording it. So the idea behind this presentation is to help you understand what is going on with digital marketing, what is going on with the potential new customers or new patients that you would have in your dental practice and what they are currently saying about you right now. So we're going to look at common goals in digital advertising. We're going to take a hard look at what customers or patients, future patients, are actually saying. We conducted a survey to 1,000 different segments, 5 different segments in the local community, 1,000 different potential new patients for you. And we asked them a series of questions, and the responses are very interesting. We're going to look at alternative methods of digital advertising that have been available for a while, but have now become more prevalent because of COVID-19. The advantages of what a shareable convertible coupon is, strategies and advertising guidelines for dental practices, and then trust, awareness, and loyalty in a solid digital plan, and that'll be done by my associate. And then if we have opportunity at the end, any questions and answers that we'll do and conclude the meeting. If you have any questions at this point, you can actually start by typing in your questions using the chat, and we're going to try and flow through this as quickly as possible. So getting started, my name is Gerardo Reyes. I am the general manager of Agora Perks. I've been around for a while. I have 28 years experience in the U.S. Air Force, primarily in logistics and transportation. Did quite a bit of college studying. I have my degree in programming and digital marketing. Carlos Ribeiro, which is my associate, has 25 years experience working with Fortune 500 companies, working with hospitals and clinics, specifically in the area of digital marketing. So between the two of us, we're looking at over 50 years of experience and very much in pulse of what is going on with the digital community and digital marketing today. So the main goal in advertising for a dental practice is to attract and retain good and loyal patients. It's key to the success. More important is effective advertising and promotional campaigns. That's essential. What is the typical ad that we see today? First of all, we are talking about digital marketing, even though these same ads are seen by people or dentists that mail it through the post office by traditional mail, or even advertising in newspapers and things like that. We will be focusing in this presentation in digital marketing because statistically, digital marketing is the most effective manner of marketing today, simply because everyone carries around some type of mobile device or has access to some type of mobile device. So predominantly what you see on the screen, and I took the liberty of blocking off the dental practices that have these advertisements because this is, hold on, let me mute some folks, okay. These advertisements are actually active right now. These can be found in Groupon, but you'll see that typically what they're offering is a free examination for dental, free x-ray, and the cleaning of the teeth. And in many cases, they use the insurance codes, DO25, DO20, whatever the code may be, which doesn't really mean anything to a consumer, but I do understand for insurance and legal purposes why you post that. You will see a range here, even though they're offering the same services, the range from $360 on a high, offering an 89% discount to $39. And on the low side, you're looking at $100 for the same exact service. Dental exam, x-ray, and cleaning, $100, taking 75% off and leaving it in the area of $25. This is what's most typical and what is most seen in advertising from dentists. Unfortunately, this tends to attract not the most favorable type of patient, because the patient that is coming to see this is being attracted by a bargain. And they tend to want to negotiate and maintain everything that you find as a professional, whether you find a need for a root canal, gingivitis, whatever you find, they want the same type of discount across the board. And that has been resulting in a number of complaints across the industry from the advertising perspective. Trying to find a better quality or a better type of customer or patient, we look into a more precise or more defined offer. And now we're talking about discount services for things like Invisalign or teeth cleaning. This is also active offers right now. And here we see a really wide range. In the highest one I see here is 98% off, and it says dental and Invisalign package. Others are a little bit more clear and say $1,000 sports consultation. Here it says clear aligners, consultation and Invisalign. It's very vague what is actually being offered, but in many cases you'll see that it has a particular price, current price $1,735, 98% off at $26, and then you see over here, same type of service, $1,000, and for $10, 99% off, you're gonna get towards braces with a consultation. And this again is active promotions that are currently being seen on platforms like Groupon or being sent over the mail with traditional print media. We actually took one of the ads and broke it down in more detail so we can actually see from the consumer's perspective what it is that a potential patient that you're trying to bring to your practice is actually seeing today. The first thing that they see is the initial public offering that says 98% off of Invisalign. And in reality, that's not correct. That's not true. What in fact, if we look at the fine print, we'll find that the cost is actually somewhere between $5,500 to $8,000. And the $29 purchase that is being offered in Groupon is actually a certificate with an example, a value of $1,500, where the real discount is only 27%. Now that's great as an offer, but look at it from the perspective of the potential patient you're trying to bring to your clinic. What they're seeing is that the initial offer was 98%, and now they're going to get 27% for those that actually did the calculation. And they're reading the fine print. They had to search for it, where it says that it's actually $5,000 to $8,000 and not the initial $1,000 that was being offered or $1,500 that was being offered. Reading a little bit further in the fine print, it says a customer policy, and this is specifically for Groupon. It says that this business, and I blocked off the name of the actual practice, this business is a risk-free purchase. If you are unable to use your local Groupon, meaning if you're unable to use your Groupon with this particular dentist because there's a problem, because the dentist doesn't want to give you $1,000 full Invisalign service for $1,000 because that's not the real value of it. It's actually $5,000 and higher. And you run into a situation where you have a problem and your Groupon is not being accepted, we're not going to give you your money back. You can trade it in or use it towards any other great local business until either your voucher is used or your time is expired. Now, as a consumer, just take a moment and understand what you're being told here. You're being offered something with 98% off for $29, then they flip the script on you a little bit, and you find out that really it's just an attraction because in fact, it's only a 27% discount, which is still great, but it's not what you were initially offered. And I tell you in the same advertisement that if you're gonna run into a problem, we're not gonna give you money back, you can use the money you've spent towards something else. As a consumer, it doesn't give you the best sensation. And we wanted to see how important that really was. So we conducted a survey. We conducted a survey to 1,000 different consumers. One of the areas that we covered was dental or health. Out of that, 313 actually responded. And the first question, we wanted to know what they considered was most important. So in the order that you see here, the first one is confidence. When they see an ad, and think about where they're coming from. They either have a pain in their tooth or they want to straighten out their smile or whatever it is, they're looking for a dentist. They look, and what the first thing they want to see is is there confidence? And the exact question on the survey was, does the current ad inspire confidence in you as a consumer? The second question, according to them in ranking, is need. Do they actually need the service that is being offered? The third that they ranked as most important was urgency in taking action. The fourth is pricing. And interestingly enough, all the deals that are being offered are all about price, when in fact, your customer or your potential patient is saying pricing is fourth in rank important. And then fifth and final is a sense of professionalism. So what did they actually say in the actual survey itself? We'll look right now. And we'll see that out of the 1,000 that were actually surveyed, let me check the problem here. Okay, 16%, let's go through it. Confidence, need for the product, let's pull them all up at one time. Urgency to take action, pricing, and then finally dealing with a professional. Out of the 313 people, confidence in a practice, 262 said no, the ad does not give me confidence in the practice. We're going to look at some specific comments that they made, but ideally, because of the fact that there was a slight switch in the offer, it dropped their confidence level in you as a professional. Only 51 said yes, they would still have confidence, and that represented 16%. So the current ads to attract patients are only providing 60% confidence to the potential new patient. Need for a product. We looked at some specifics where they're offering cleaning, where they're offering x-ray, and they're offering the basic health examination. The need for a product, as a professional, I understand where you know what they need is an evaluation. But from their perspective, they have a pain in their mouth. They want the pain resolved. They don't understand necessarily that they should have an evaluation. When we take our car to a mechanic, we know that we are hearing a noise, and the mechanic wants to charge us up front for an evaluation first to test everything out. And we understand that because it relates to us as professionals, but the average consumer doesn't understand that. They don't understand that that need has to be implied in a particular ad. The ad, from the ones we saw, 43% of them indicated to them or gave them that sensation that they needed that particular service. A sense of urgency, take action now. Did the promotion give you a sense of urgency to buy or take action? Only 13% said yes, meaning it's not really driving home the point of what you're trying to offer as a professional. Was the pricing motivating enough for you to take action? Only a third said yes, it was motivating, meaning only a third really were concerned about dropping the price. And interestingly enough, you have to drop your price and that affects your practice, but the consumer is saying only 1 out of 3 are really concerned about pricing. And then, did the ad give you a sense or security that you were dealing with a professional? 90% said yes. I see that a lot of doctors take the time to list their credentials. The credentials are great, and I understand the need for credentials, but the average consumer doesn't read the credentials. They take as face value that as a doctor, you've gone through a lot of different things to become a doctor. The state regulations, the association regulations maintain that professionalism, and they're doing a great job showing you as a professional. So just the fact that you can put doctor in front of your name or dentist behind your name, DDS, 90% say they already have confidence in you as a professional. So where we're seeing a lack of delivery is in the actual ad itself. And we go into the next screen and we're going to see the supporting comments that were made, the notable comments that were made by those people surveyed in the ad. They said, one said, it's in quotes, bait and switch tactics are illegal and do not reflect well on the practice. Another individual said, they say it's 98% off and then they nail you with a $5,000 bill, scam alert. And then the last one, or one of the more notable ones, said, my dentist asked me not to use Groupon. They would give me the same discount, but not to go to Groupon, go directly to the dentist. They said, sounds hokey. I gave them a very bad review. Just food for thought here. So now we're going to go a little bit further and we're going to look at what an alternative is to companies like Groupon or some of the platform services that are being offered out there. I am the owner and I am the founder and designer of Agora Perks, and this is how we think it should be done. Initially, our platform is no commission. So unlike dealing with companies like Groupon where you have to discount your price and then offer them that take 60 or 70% commission, we have no commission, no long-term contracts, no misleading promotions. We're very big on that. Full disclosure up front, this is a typical ad with us. Complete Invisalign treatment, regular price $5,500. No need for fine print, it's right here. $5,500, 30% off, and financing is available in many cases. The dental practices that we work with are willing to take a third as a payment and then they'll carry the paper. But this is completely optional, it doesn't have to be there. Another huge difference that we have is that rather than wanting the patient to deal with our platform like Groupon does. Groupon does not want you to take the patient away from their platform because they want to sell that coupon, and that's how they make money. Since that's not how we make money, we're more interested in the patient being able to book an appointment with you directly. Whether they wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and have a tooth pain and they open up their phone or they open up their computer, they can book that consultation on your office agenda directly. I would recommend in the morning your staff actually call and confirm. That also requires, it's optional, but it requires them to fill in a Visa card information so that a deposit can be taken if you choose, because all monies collected go directly to you. We don't actually collect any money. All payments go to you. There's optional features. For example, if you want to maintain the ability to sell the coupon like Groupon does, you can do that. We call it a gift certificate program. And the consumer can actually purchase a gift certificate of 30% off or whatever value you want to put on your certificate. You receive the money and they can gift it to a friend or relative that might be needing your services. We're going to go into how Agorapurk makes money and how Agorapurk actually advertises in just a few moments. But one of the major differences that we have is that your ad can literally be seen by thousands and thousands of potential patients daily because of digitized coupons, absolutely free, because you can actually share the entire coupon the way you see it on your screen right now through messengers like WhatsApp, Skype. You can send email individually or to just blast email through MailChimp or Constant Contact. You can use all social media. You can post on your site, have your patients post on their site. If you have an offer that is attracting patients, you can attract patients in this manner, absolutely free. There are sponsor ads that you can actually pay for. That's directly through WhatsApp, through Instagram or Facebook, that you can augment the number of people that are seeing your ads. But this gives you the flexibility to do so. We don't require you to stay in the Agorapurks platform. You can also send text messages directly to a person's phone where they can see this ad in its entirety and book their consultation just by clicking one button. Optional features I mentioned before, the gift certificate program and the online appointment scheduling are optional. How do we actually advertise? We actually digitize the coupon so it becomes search engine discoverable. That means that it's SEO ready. If someone goes to Google and says, I have a pain in my tooth, I need a dentist nearby, if you are carrying this ad with us, your name would pop up in the first page. We do weekly alerts directly through email, through our site, and through mobile applications. We do educational blogs to teach consumers how to maximize their dollars. Dental practices is only one category. We have hundreds of different categories, from landscaping to nail polishing to whatever you want to find. All kinds of services are available, and we do individual blogs to teach them how to find those deals along the neighborhood that they're in. We use messenger services like Skype and WhatsApp to let them know about new coupons on a weekly basis. We use social media, both free and paid advertising, to get your deal out there. Email blasts on a newsletter weekly. Text messages, we do printed media, window clings, tabletops, Chamber of Commerce events, push notifications, a ton of advertising all year long. We promote your deal on Agorapurks through physical and virtual ads, subscriptions, and promotions that take place all year long. And we go into the next screen here. Strategies for advertising guidelines. What can we learn from the little bit that we've seen so far? Number one is it's important for your new potential patients to build confidence in you and your practice. Don't cheapen your brand by knocking your price down and then doing a conversion to a different price when the patient comes in. In today's world, because of the ability to search, they can look at reviews that have been written on your practice or what other patients are saying, and that practice has been seen negatively and could reflect negatively on your practice. Search keywords for what the actual patient is looking for. As a patient, if I want to find a dentist, I would say my tooth hurts, dentist near me. I don't put insurance codes, which is what you see in many different ads. They'll put in DO25 to talk about an exam, where that's, as a doctor, I understand where you're coming from, but as you need to understand the keywords, if you're going to do your own ad or do your own medical, your own marketing plan, why you should have your own individual words selected so that you can actually find how the patient is looking for the service that you provide and not use insurance jargon. Sense of urgency. You can create a sense of urgency in the ad by putting an expiration date or a limited number of patients only. That creates a sense of, I'm going to miss out if I don't contact this person. Be forthcoming. The price is the price. Don't offer one price and then do not do that. That is quicksand. Reviews and testimony. Word of mouth is today's key. How patients find you is by asking other patients, and how they ask those patients is by looking at the reviews that you have posted on your ads and on your website. Very important. And show a gratitude program. The dentists or the medical practices that are showing gratitude to their patients are seeing results. And by gratitude, I simply mean one of the things that is available for free with Agora Perks is a point system where you can actually give a point to a patient for a referral. Not money, just a point. That is industry approved. When they accumulate enough points, by the way, they can receive points for maintaining their dental hygiene appointment at a proper time. They can be given an appointment for a referral. Or if you're going to do an online training to your patients, to your practice as to the importance of oral hygiene, or maybe some new product that came out, the latest and greatest toothbrush, I don't know. Whatever you want to offer, if you wanted to do, and they attended the seminar or they attended the webinar, you can give them a point for that. When they have 5 points accumulated, you can give them a $25 movie voucher or a $25 prepaid Visa card. That is not tied to any charges from your insurance company or any charges for your professional services. It is simply a demonstration of gratitude, and show them gratitude, they will show you loyalty. We've seen it over and over again. Then, because of COVID-19, we want to help you out. Normally we charge $99 a month to advertise on our platform. And you see how we get to thousands of potential customers every single day. $99 is actually $1,000, with all the fees and everything, $1,397 a year. But because of COVID-19 and because of this fact that you're here, we want to offer you a special deal for small businesses and self-employed entrepreneurs, as of course, dental practices are included. We want to give you free advertising. Basically, we're waiving our costs of using a digital coupon to advertise your platform for a period of 1 year. We're doing this under a grant that we have for COVID-19 individually impacted businesses. Your deal will include a full digitized convertible deal for your practice and advertising for 1 year, which is a $1,387 value. We're going to give that to you absolutely free. The design, creation, publication, digitization, and promotion of your coupon, or to publish it, is $180 cost. That is basically what I have to pay the staff. That is the only thing that we ask you to pay. The $180 is not included. So basically for $180, you would get a value of $1,387 with the ability to reach thousands of local potential customers and be a little bit more professional than what is currently seen out there. There's no commission. We charge no commission on any of the deals that you might get or the new patients you might get from the coupon. There's no binding contracts. If you don't like it for whatever reason, let us, cancel it. There's no obligation to renew after the year is over. If you do decide to renew, it is on the standard $99 a month, which is inexpensive in and of itself. Now I'm going to pass this over to my associate, Carlos Ribeiro, which is going to, I talked to you about one area of marketing, digital marketing, and how some consumers are looking at current ads. And I close that out by showing you how Agora Perks compares to the big guy right now, Groupon, and how the customers are, or the patients are viewing that, and close it off with an offer for you, basically waiving our entire fees for 1 year. Carlos is going to complement that by showing you how that incorporates into a full-blown digital marketing plan. Are you still there, Carlos?
I am here, Jerry. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Thank you for attending. I'm going to share my screen right now. It's going to go dark probably for a minute as I power up the PowerPoint presentation.
While Carlos does that, does anybody have a question? If you have a question, please use the chat box. I will be monitoring the chat box and answering any questions that I can at this point.
Okay, so let's get started. I just want to preface this by saying that this is a very wide and deep subject. Jerry has given me 15, 20 minutes to get this presentation done. And obviously that doesn't even cover the tip of the iceberg. But let's get right into it. Why now? I've been calling all of my clients throughout the situation we're all navigating through. And I've been encouraging them and telling them this is not the moment to crawl into the corner and be invisible. So they asked me, Carlos, are you crazy? I can't see patients. I can't see people. I can't even open my business. Why now? Well, here's why. There are now more people on the internet and social media than ever before. Estimates have it at somewhere between 20 and 40% increase in this traffic. It's gotten so substantial that some companies are concerned about, as they say, the internet being broken. And then there's also more time being spent online. I don't think that's any secret. People are watching more Netflix, and they're actually spending more time on their mobile phones as well. Here's a really big reason. Their advertising costs are down. When you advertise, for example, on Facebook and or Instagram, it's done by a bid process. That's how you are charged. You're charged by impression usually, unless you change that, but it is a bid process. Some of the big advertisers have dropped out. I have noticed a lot of local advertisers jumping into the game now, which is the right thing to do, but rates are definitely down. And this is just a quote from a gentleman named David Cohen. And in essence, this says that if you thought the 2008 financial crisis was bad for the advertising industry, think again. Now it's gotten worse. Searches, which you may be thinking, you know what, people aren't searching for a dentist right now or a doctor. You got to be crazy. Let's see what's going on. Also, you want to be top of mind. I think this is very, very critical. This is not going to go on forever. There's already talk, and there's already states that have opened up. So this crisis is going to end at some point. And don't you want to be top of mind when that happens? So here's the real picture on searches. That graph you see there, 100 means interest is peak. And if you look at this graph from about a year ago, almost a year ago exactly, you go throughout the years, you see back to school, I suspect interest is peaked there. So yes, obviously searches have gone down, but it's not dead. If I showed you a company, for example, Blockbuster Video, you would see that curve on the very bottom. But searches right now are at about a 50% level. If we look at the local market, we average, if you type in the search term dentist Miami or Miami dentist, you're going to see about 800 searches a month. If you type in Coral Gables dentist, it's about 1,000 a month. As of March 29th, which is the most recent data available, it may have gone down some by then, but it was at 720 searches. So it hasn't really gone down that much. So what's important right now? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to build. Building awareness is number one. You have to build awareness. You have to let people know that you're out there. Without that, really, you have nothing. Then you have to build trust. Jerry alluded to confidence, which is in some contexts synonymous with trust. So it's very, very important to build trust. And building loyalty. Very, very important as well. If you've done those things, you've built your business. So that's easy for me to say, right? Those are just words. So how do we go about doing this? Has anybody, and you can drop it in the chat, has anybody heard of the concept of a funnel? There's all kinds of talk about the sales funnel as if it's some new way to do business, but really it's been around forever. So I like to think of digital marketing like dating, and the funnel specifically, to me, is a lot like dating, and I'll explain why. First of all, you have to build awareness. So whether it's, as I call it, analog dating, or today you're dating online, you have to go out there, you have to create a profile, you have to let people know that you're available. So you've got to create that awareness. Then hopefully some of the things you say will pique somebody's interest. And one of the biggest mistakes I see that digital marketers do is in this awareness stage, they kind of jump the gun. They start really asking things or asking for things that aren't appropriate. So think about dating for a minute. When you go on that first date, or when you ask somebody out on a date, you're not going to ask that person to marry you on that first date or just when you're getting to know them. I got a feeling that's going to creep some people out. So the same really applies to digital marketing. So you say different things to get that interest going, then you create desire by saying and doing different things. You may put an offer out there. If we're talking digital marketing, you might share a little bit more information, but you're still not asking them to marry you. Then you have to develop trust. Nobody's going to marry you and nobody's going to do business with you unless they trust you. And then the final stage is, once they trust you and once you've gone through this process, there's a chance that they're going to take some action. So why is it a funnel? Because the pool, as you go along the different phases, gets smaller to the point where not everybody who knows you or is aware of you is going to do business with you or marry you. So the first step is to get yourself out there. How do you do that? First thing is not just to have a website. Nowadays, you have to have a killer website. Why? Because this could be the place where you make your first impression. This is your digital calling card, so to speak. So it's very important that you have a website that not only is pleasing graphically, but also functions as a selling machine for you. Also, social media. There is no better bargain right now than social media. Yes, it's gotten more challenging. There's a lot more content out there. There are a lot more companies and entities out there, but you can distinguish yourself and you can compete. And very quick case study, I have a client that sells water heaters and now outdoes giants like Home Depot in internet searches. And Jerry mentioned this at the very beginning. You need to take an integrated approach. Agora Perks is an incredible tool, and I want to make it very clear that I have nothing to do with Agora Perks other than I am actually a client of Agora Perks. I don't have any ownership. I'm not Jerry's partner. I am a colleague. But you have to take an integrated approach, and social media and a website and other things are part of that integrated approach. And then creating content. That's me there doing one of my many videos. Video is really a must. Many years ago, Bill Gates said content is king. And I like to say if content is king, then video is the emperor. It really is. Until something else comes around, video is number one. You're going to get more views on video. And it's interesting how video works, because I have clients who were just totally opposed to it, didn't want to come on camera, were camera shy. I actually have one client who's kind of grumpy and admits that he doesn't like people, but I put a camera in his face, and slowly but surely, I can't shut him up now. And what are supposed to be 30-second videos turn into 3-minute and 5-minute videos. So if you are camera shy, if you're thinking, I don't want to do video, you can do it. You can definitely do it. So trust. Why are reviews so critical? And I like to say about reviews, if you're not getting reviews, you're not getting views. So why is it so important? Almost everybody nowadays does a search for local businesses online. 91%, another huge percentage, read reviews, and consumers look at 2 reviews before making a decision. So they may look at Google, they may look at something specific to the medical field, such as ZocDoc, but they're looking at 2 review sites to compare one off the other. People trust online reviews, and I like to say that reviews have now become the new word of mouth, because yes, it's absolutely trusted when a friend or a relative says, hey, I had a great experience with such and such a dentist or such and such a doctor or company. But now people are trusting reviews more and more. And also reviews should be current, so you have to be getting reviews all the time. So how do they actually rate you? By the average star rating, that's key. Usually I like to say you strive for 4.0 or better. The total number of reviews or lack thereof is just the opposite. There's not going to be a lot of confidence or trust there. The review frequency, are people actively reviewing you? The age of reviews, more than 3 months old, tend to be ignored. The average rating across multiple sites, and that's what I referred to previously about reviewing over several types of services such as Google, Yelp, ZocDoc, etc. How a business responds to negative reviews. Clients don't like to do that. I do it for a lot of clients, but that is critical, because you don't want to get defensive, but you do want to give your side of the story. A lot of times I've seen businesses held hostage by people saying, hey, if you don't do this or that for me, I'm going to give you a bad review. But you don't have to worry about that. What you do need to worry about is how you respond to those negative reviews. And besides, people don't believe, if all your reviews are 5 stars, it's a little bit unbelievable. So don't worry if you get a 3 or a 2 or even a 1. And also the sentiment of the reviews. It's great when they not only give you the stars, but they talk about you, and it makes them almost an advocate for your business. So loyalty is extremely important. Why? Because it's a lot more inexpensive to keep a patient or a client than it is to find a new one. So it's not so much about whitening their teeth or providing a fill-in or pulling a teeth. It's really how you make them feel. You want to do it on an emotional level. So what's happened nowadays? Yes, people have become a lot more demanding as customers and as patients. I don't think I have to tell you that. Unfortunately, what happens is many businesses forget about their current customers and their relationship with current customers. And every business just about that puts offers out there is guilty of this, because a lot of times you're going to see this offer is for new patients only. How would that make you feel if you're an existing patient and you're not being taken care of? And you don't necessarily have to give them the same deal, but you do have to have a relationship with them. High touch is more important than high tech. Your offices have become very sophisticated. I've seen very sophisticated appointment systems. reminders, all those things, how you manage your patients, your customer relationship management systems, and that's all good. And I encourage you to continue using them. But while technology increases, you do lose a little bit of touch. Some people are going to want that phone call. Some people are going to want that pat in the back. Please don't forget that. Very important. People don't necessarily want to deal with texting and emailing all the time. It's fine, but remember to mix in some touch as well. Oh, and that's what I already stress is connect with them at an emotional level. And what I'm talking about, and it's even in your advertising messaging. So you don't brighten teeth necessarily. You create radiant smiles that will make people the talk of the town. So that kind of verbiage really goes a long way. Anybody can provide a filling or whiten the tooth, but can you provide a smile that will be the envy of everybody, that will instill confidence in people? That's hitting them on an emotional level. Personalization is critical. You have to get to see what and dig deep to see what patients want, how they want to be treated, etc. Some people need that text 20 times before they show up to an appointment. Others, with one phone call, will be there. So again, it takes homework, it takes time, but this is what makes patients loyal, when you personalize your service to them. So where does Agora Perks fit in this whole scheme of thing? It is just one component of a digital marketing plan, but it has, in my mind anyway, it has a very special role. In short, it fits in everywhere. Why? Because it's your shortcut through the funnel. So imagine a first date where you say, hey, I'm going to meet you at the coffee shop, versus, hey, would you like to go to Joe's Stone Crab? That is the potential of Agora Perks. You make them an offer they can't refuse. It builds awareness through the free advertising that Agora Perks is going to provide. And you can also post about the offer yourself, unlike some of the other coupon services where everything has to go through their platform. And it builds loyalty through convertibility. So this, to me, is a huge differentiator for Agora Perks, is because that coupon that brought them in now becomes a loyalty system where you could say, well, for every X amount of cleanings, you get a free one. Or, hey, you know what? For X amount of visits, you get a free pass for 2 people to the movie theater. Those are the kinds of programs that build loyalty. And here's a crazy offer that I want to put out there. If you would like to take advantage of this, what I would be willing to do is a series of things, website analysis, which this type of analysis has roughly $150 value. A reputation analysis, there may be reviews out there that you're not even aware of. That's a $99 value. And SEO analysis, I don't know if you're familiar with what SEO means. That's search engine optimization. Essentially what that means is how attractive your site is to search engines, the big one being Google, and how you rank against your competition. So that's a $199 value. And also analysis of how you're performing on social media. Hopefully you're already on social media. That's another $199 value. That makes it a total of $646, but forget that noise. We are willing to do this for $97 for this group only. I've never made this offer to any other group. And also this will include a debriefing call of up to an hour, and I charge $150 an hour for consultation. So that's the offer. And thank you for listening. Went through this very quickly. As I said at the beginning, it goes a lot further than this. And there's a lot more detail behind all these slides that you just saw. And for now, I'm going to
just go on to the next screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I already escaped, but let's see. Sorry, Jerry.
Just to save time.
Yeah.
We wanted to keep this under an hour, and we're about 10 minutes away, so we're coming to an end. But I wanted to open up and ask if anybody had any questions. We're getting a question right now. Are we sending this by email? Yes, we're going to send an email link to this video as well as some other materials specifically designed to help you build a good digital marketing plan. So yes, this will be sent to you. Any other questions? On the screen, you're seeing my information as well as Carlos. Carlos is carlos@nextmediadigital.com. There's his phone number. Mine is my name, gerardo.reyes@agoraperks.com. Please, I am writing on the chat box right now the link to you so you can actually create your free demo. At Agora Perks, we're giving you the full ability to advertise your practice for an entire year, and we're waiving the entire cost except the setup fee, which is only $180, so that you can advertise it. That link will now show up on your chat box. We're also going to be sending it to you by email. But that basically it's just agoraperks.com/deal. And when you get there, it's going to be a brief explanation of what you're being offered and a small form. I believe it's 5 questions, so that one of our representatives can contact you by phone and prepare your digital coupon for you. Are there any other questions? Someone is typing, okay. All right, then if there's no more questions, that's it. I appreciate everybody's time. I want, from my family to your family, I want to wish you the best. Patience, stay home. We're going to get past this. Things have changed, and we're right there with you. So whatever's happening, whatever's changing, my best wishes and prayers for you and your family. Above all, health and wellness. And with that, I conclude. And if no one has any comments, then we're pretty much done. Thank you for your time.
Thanks so much.